Let's start with banning the good old Samuro. I think he just might be way too strong here. I haven't really seen him in action after the map went live, but I played on PTR and my god, it was powerful, so I just kind of want to get rid of that. So I feel like heroes like Oriel can be strong, like healers, as in, okay, what I'm trying to say here is that a whole like Oriel, like hyper carry Oriel combo might be a bit stronger on this map because of the mechanic. First of all, you get the sustain from Oriel for your team basically forever, and then also thanks to the cavalry the damage is amplified, so Oriel gets more energy and that way she heals more, so it's like a hidden buff to her healing on this map, which is kind of interesting. Okay, so they got Phoenix Gul'dan. Okay, that's something. Anything special I want to try here? I don't know. I'm not sure. You know what? Illidan is just overwhelming here, kind of. So let's play that guy. Illidan can be a lot of fun. Actually, just Genji. Let's go standard. Let's see what happens if you just go standard heroes, like just your generic Kanzo Garrosh Genji combo. Let's do this. We need to ban something. As I said, Oriel seems powerful here, so I'm gonna get rid of that. They got Lucio, huh? Okay. So they're aiming for infinite sustain, right? Passive healing from Lucio. Can be strong. We got Alexstrasza, so we should be able to win those team fights. Like, both teams will clash to contest the objective, right? And Alexstrasza should prove quite powerful in those scenarios. I like this. I really like this. It like instantly reminds me of the Orc campaign from Warcraft 3, like just instantly. Like the whole, like there was this huge mission where you had to gather lumber for the horde. I think they were building like Orgrimmar or something like that. I don't really remember what was happening, but yeah, you had to get a ton of lumber, and that just instantly triggered all the memories. That was interesting. Okay, let's go. So we got this bridge of death in the middle. Let's see who is going to fall victim to it. So versus Lucio, you always want to just target one person instead of spreading your damage. You can still kind of spread your damage, but don't overdo it. Man, that could have been a good engage for the... I also didn't see that Alara coming at all. That was weird. How did I not see him? Because you get vision over this, right? That made no sense. Okay, there we go. Got some globes. And oh, so close. Lucio is quite good at disengaging Garrosh, right? You just need to Q him, and Garrosh is not able to get his throwing done. Oh, that was fun. Okay, so I can't really solo lane too much. Maybe I should have thought about that before picking Genji, huh? But it would be cool if people rotated. I guess they all want to hang out in the mid, which is fine. Oh, really? Are you kidding me? That lightning in the end. Oh my lord. I really thought I outplayed him there. I used the minions to deflect some attacks on him. Like, oh my lord. Wait, is she actually asking? I guess, sure. Sonya can't really handle that ranged poke from Phoenix at all, so let's rotate there, see what we can do. Okay, she'll get the camps for us. That's kind of huge. That's cool. I like the design of this map, like the fact that it's like perfectly asymmetrical, right? It really makes for interesting decision making, I feel like. And the only mercenary camp is going middle, so you can always easily defend it and easily contest it. That's probably why it's so powerful. Because it is super powerful.
The spirits tell me that our raiders are being held captive by the Alliance.
Okay, Gul'dan is gonna be a bit annoying versus Alexstrasza. Because every time she would use her abundance, I think that's the ability, her W, Gul'dan will be there with his E. And those are some really easy poison skill shot damage things for them. So the objective will spawn in 5 seconds. As Genji, you can actually sneak into the enemy's base, like, and capture it behind their back, and get out safely. So that's one of the strengths of having this extra mobility. Any character that has some extra mobility or something like that. Yeah, stand in the mud pit. It's an interesting skirmish we are having here, because nobody is really committing to the well, except their team. Nobody is really committing to the objectives except what just happened there. So I'm gonna try and make sure that Phoenix doesn't get his... Okay, there we go, first blood. I will try to make sure that Phoenix doesn't regenerate his shield, because that's, well, that's a part of Phoenix that's... There we go, we killed everybody. Now we get the objectives. Like, if you can deny him the regen on his shields, you can really deny Phoenix a lot of possible aggression that he can establish. Because he gotta be careful. I think I will go for Cyber Shield here. I was always going for perfect defense on Genji, because, well, it helps if you, like, don't use deflect when you actually need it. It kind of helps with the cooldown, get it back every once in a while. But with the Cyber Shield or dodge, you can completely, like, negate certain heroes, and that is super powerful. I was a bit late there. I could have gotten some good chain swift strikes there, but I messed up. I did mess up a bit. For the Horde heroes. There we go, double kill, some healing from Alexstrasza, and now the cavalry is here. So cavalry gets 5 armor per hero standing in it, and also, like, depending on, like, which objective it is. So first objective will give you 10% extra damage, second objective will give you 15% extra damage, and so on. So just pushing with the cavalry is just always, seems like always the best option ever. Well, unless you suck and you can't secure kills on Genji. Oh, that was a little bit an overkill by Garrus there, but I understand why he had to do that. I understand why he felt like he had to do that. Because I kind of messed up. Man, I'm just not able to secure kills on that Alarak. I feel really bad right now. Okay, Alexstrasza is back, getting our healing done. So far it really seems like the best strategy with the cavalry, just stack up on it, as many people as you can, and try to get a push going. But we weren't really grouped up, Alexstrasza had to go back, and certain other things happened, so we only got a fort from it, which is, I guess it's good, but it's not as good as it could have been. We could have gotten, like, a ton of structures down. Could have gotten the wall down, maybe even the keep. If I was securing those kills when enemies would overextend, if I actually punished Alarak and got the kills, got the stuff done, it would have been a much more different objective phase for us. I was kind of hoping for a full-on engage by Garrus there. There we go, got a kill. Maybe Dragonblade was an overkill. Definitely was an overkill. I should have been able to secure that kill just using my Swift Strike and Shurikens, but yeah. I was really expecting Garrus to be super aggro there. He could have thrown either Alarak back here when Alarak was rotating bottom, or Lucio when Lucio showed up. I really was expecting, like, a throw for the Lucio, and I would have gotten a kill there. As long as I keep attacking him, Alrak cannot use his dash like that. Oh well. But I can kind of maybe dive in there. See what I can do. The answer is nothing. Just safely get out. It was kind of worth a try, but nothing happened in the end. I didn't pull too many resources from my team to save me either, so that was not like a horrible idea. Okay, so the beat was dropped. Dragon arrow happened a little bit too late there, but it's not the worst so far. We can still kind of turn this. Gul'dan is out of health, which means he cannot really cast spells either. And Lucio can't really handle healing Gul'dan too much. Like, he can do it, but it's not the greatest thing in the world. We should kill Johanna. Like that. There we go. Wonderful. Like that. So that's a perfect example of why you should not focus tanks. Right there, we were able to kill Johanna quite easily there. She overextended and we just punished her instantly. So that's why you actually focus tanks, because you can kill them. It's not like they are completely unkillable. It's not the best strategy ever maybe, but it's a strategy and it works. Oh, Phoenix. Oh man, I thought Phoenix would not have his thing ready there, because he just like used it just a second ago. Also, the taunt was just a little bit too late from Garrosh, so you also need to keep in mind that all of those tiny boys man, I messed up. That break it down. Oh my god, yep. Sound barrier was perfect. And Sonya also left me. Maybe would have been able to kill them even through the sound barrier, because sound barrier only blocks 2-3 Dragonblades. So with her extra damage, we would have still maybe able to break them down, but we would have both died to the fort. But we would also, like... They got this. Good job, team. Well done. I guess I still got some value done, like I got the sound barrier on my own, right? Like my presence alone forced them to use sound barrier only on 2 people. It did save them and killed me in the process, but then the team fight broke out with more of my teammates and they just weren't able to handle the damage. So in the end, it worked out. Okay, there we go. So we got this. Let's just rush down middle and just make sure that we get this keep. Because we can. We got multiple people alive. It's 15% extra damage now while you're standing inside the circle. So let's just keep going. Let's just go ham on this. They will also be defending other lanes, which gives us more opportunities to secure kills here, which is good. I just need not to mess up this time and actually get the stuff done. Get the stuff done. Okay. Right there. Like that should have been a kill, right? Know what I mean? Alexstrasza should ult right now, I feel like. I feel like with her ult. This is what I'm talking. Look at how much damage I'm doing. That's crazy. Like Dragonblade, while standing in the circle, you need to make sure that you don't dash out of the circle though. But even, can we even end this? Maybe? We still got the thing alive. So if we put enough damage here, we will lose some health right now though, so we gotta be very careful. Also, you don't have to be too scared of the objective of the core, because it only attacks one target at a time, so you can kind of split your team and whatnot and have some good old fun. So we tried to rush what's his name? I keep forgetting what his name is. Something we, right? I should have stayed with them there. But I also have this mark from as long as I don't die with this mark, Alrak won't be able to retarget that thing for 5 minutes, I think? 300 seconds. He cannot choose a new target and he will get 0 value from this Rite of Rek'Shir. As long as I don't die, or he doesn't land the Q on me. If he lands a Q on me, he gets a little bit more spell power, but it won't really be too much. It's just I should not die. That's where the cooldown gets reset and he gets a ton of spell power. So if I just be careful, we can get some stuff done. This team is playing kind of well. Like, we are doing the objectives, we are making plays in team fights. Everything is just going as it should, kind of, and that is quite enjoyable. So the beat was dropped, but it was a little bit too late. Eugen, okay, and triple kill. There we go. Good cleanup. Wow, this team made some really smart choices. I love it. Yesterday I had some of the worst games ever, and the day before that was the same. And now finally we are getting like synergy with our teammates. And I think now we can even kill the boss. It only has 20 armor now, since 2 keeps are dead. It's super weak now. So we can just kind of blow it up. And together with the boss even, the boss will always, the core boss will always prioritize the actual enemy boss, so you can kind of abuse that or something. New targets, deflect, there we go. Good game. That was a very pleasant experience. Like, I did some stupid things, I dived a little bit too far at times, but my team was still there, still securing objectives, still getting stuff done. And I love when that happens, when you can like overextend yourself a little bit, but you still have like your safety net in form of your team. It is a bit like selfish, I guess, because you put extra pressure on your team, like expecting them to compensate for your mistakes. But whenever they are able to just achieve things, even though you messed up, it always feels great. It always feels great, and this game felt just like that. So really fun game. Just superb Ultrac pass match. I loved it. It was a little bit stompy, but that's because how the map works. Like, the moment you start losing objectives, it's really hard to recover, and your recovery point should always be objectives. It's not defending. You can't defend those forts against a team who is not only has like, because since they want the objectives, it means probably they are one level ahead at least or something like that, right? Because they just killed your team or something like that, right? But also this whole extra damage, it's kind of the equivalent of having even extra levels beyond that, right? If you are 10%, if everyone is doing 10% more damage, it's kind of the same as being 2 levels ahead on top of other levels. And the more actual level lead you have, the stronger the impact of the objective will be, because of the scaling, right? It scales on top of the scaling, like it's a cumulative scaling or something like that. So you gotta be very careful, and if you ever want to come back on this map, you better contest those objectives and just win them. That should be like your priority always. You cannot just defend forever. This is not that kind of a map. So I hope people will kind of stop turtling, as some things they really like to do on other maps, where let's just go back and soak experience and then we somehow will pull them in. No, this won't work here. So you better just fight for it. You better fight for your victories. And this was a really fun match.